The gates slammed shut behind them, and my mother started screaming my name like I was the one trapped. Greg dropped the crowbar. The locksmith froze. I'm watching it all from the security room of my villa. They're inside my house with movers, boxes, and fake paperwork, acting like they own it. These are the same people who threw me out at 18 with 2 trash bags and $14. And now they're tearing through my home, deciding what they're going to take. Then the intercom crackles. Security lockdown initiated. Authorities have been notified. Greg starts pounding the door. My sister tries to call someone, but the signal's gone. And just before the sirens reach the gate, I step out of the control room and walk toward them. One piece of knowledge can change how a situation ends for you. Subscribe now so you're prepared. Then share this video and tell me what you think about it in the comments. I don't rush, I don't yell, I just walk. My footsteps echo down the hallway they're already claiming as theirs, the same hallway I designed, paid for, and built from nothing they ever gave me. Every step closer tightens something in my chest. Not fear, something colder. Through the glass panel ahead, I can see them. Greg is still slamming his shoulder into the front door, cursing under his breath. The locksmith stands frozen near the entry, looking like he just realized this isn't a normal job. And my sister, Maya, is pacing in circles, clutching her phone, whispering, "Why isn't this working?" Like the world just broke its rules for her. And my mother, she's staring straight down the hallway. At me. Her expression shifts the second she recognizes me. Not shock, not relief, something calculating, like she's already deciding what version of the story she's about to tell. "Daniel?" she says, like it's a question she already knows the answer to. I stop a few feet away, close enough to see the folder in her hand. My name is printed across the top. My address, my signature, except I never signed anything. "You shouldn't be here," Greg snaps, straightening up like he suddenly remembers how to act tough. "This is a legal transfer." I glance at the movers behind them, 2 guys standing awkwardly beside half-packed boxes, unsure if they should keep going or drop everything and leave. "Legal?" I repeat, calm. Linda steps forward before Greg can answer, holding up the papers like proof. "We own part of this property now," she says, voice steady, confident. "You should have responded to the notice." There it is, the lie they built everything on. The same tone she used 9 years ago, right before she told me to pack my things and get out. I looked at the documents, then back at her, and for a moment, none of them realized what's already in motion. Then the lights shift. Not off, not flickering, controlled, and a second voice, different this time, cuts through the house. Police units have arrived on site. Greg's face drains. Maya drops her phone, and my mother's grip tightens on those papers like they're the only thing keeping her standing. I step one more step forward. "You really thought I wouldn't be ready?" They didn't answer me, because for the first time, they didn't have control. Greg looks at the windows, then back at me, like he's calculating whether he can force his way out before anything worse happens. Maya just stares, wide-eyed, like she's waiting for someone to fix this for her. And my mother, she doesn't move at all. She just studies me, like she's trying to figure out when everything flipped. 9 years earlier, she never had to wonder. Back then, I was the one standing in front of her, confused, outnumbered, trying to understand how a single no turned into losing everything. It started with a favor. That's what Greg called it, sitting at the kitchen table, sliding papers toward me like it was nothing. A loan application, my name already filled in. My credit, the only thing I had that was clean. "Just sign," he said. "It helps the family." But something felt off. The numbers didn't match what he was saying. The income listed wasn't real, and when I asked questions, his tone changed. Then my mom stepped in, not to protect me, to pressure me. "It's not a big deal, Daniel," she said. "You're being difficult." Maya was there too, leaning against the counter, rolling her eyes like I was embarrassing everyone. I remember looking at all 3 of them and realizing something I hadn't wanted to admit before. This wasn't help, this was a setup. "I'm not signing that," I said, and everything went quiet. Not angry quiet, cold quiet. The kind where you feel the shift before anything even happens. Greg leaned back in his chair slowly. My mom didn't argue. She didn't yell. She just nodded once. Then you need to leave. Just like that. No discussion, no warning, no second chance. Within an hour, my things were in 2 trash bags. By the end of the night, I was standing outside with $14 in my pocket, watching the porch light turn off behind me. No calls, no messages, nothing. And somehow, they told everyone I left on my own. I learned later what they said about me, that I was ungrateful, unstable, irresponsible. It spread fast. Families stopped reaching out. People I thought I could rely on disappeared without asking questions. They didn't just throw me out, they erased me. Back in the present, Greg finally speaks again. You don't understand what's going on here. But his voice has less confidence now. I almost laugh, because that's exactly what he used to say, right before everything went wrong. Except this time, I understand everything, and they don't understand anything. Not the cameras, not the timing, not the reason I let them get this far. Maya takes a step toward me, her voice shaky now. Daniel, if this is some kind of mistake, it's not. I cut in. Silence again. Heavy. Different. And then my mother finally speaks to me, quieter this time. You've changed. I hold her gaze. No, I say. I just stopped trusting you. Another pause. Then footsteps echo from outside. Closer, now, louder. And suddenly Greg turns toward the hallway leading deeper into the house, toward my office. His eyes narrow. What's in there? He asks. I don't answer, because he's already moving, and this time I don't stop him. The moment Greg reaches for the office door, I know exactly what he's thinking. If there's anything valuable in this house, cash, documents, something he can grab before this falls apart, it'll be in there. Open it, he snaps at the locksmith, pointing like he still has authority. The locksmith hesitates this time. He looks at me, then at the sealed exits, then back at Greg. I don't think... Open it, he repeats, sharper now. Maya shifts uncomfortably behind him. Greg, maybe we should just wait. Wait for what? He cuts in. We have legal access. Legal. He keeps using that word like saying it enough times will make it true. The locksmith exhales, clearly regretting every decision that led him here, then steps forward and kneels by the office door. His tools shake slightly as he works the lock. I don't move. I don't speak. I just watch. Because this exact moment is the one they built toward without even realizing it. A soft click. The door unlocks. Greg doesn't hesitate. He pushes it open immediately and steps inside like he owns it. Maya follows slower. My mother lingers at the threshold, eyes flicking between me and the room like she's finally starting to feel something's off. Inside the office, everything looks normal at first glance. Desk, shelves, files. Nothing dramatic, nothing obvious. Greg lets out a short, dismissive laugh. This is what you were hiding? He calls out. There's nothing here. But he's already moving, pulling open drawers, flipping through folders, searching. Maya starts doing the same, more nervously. Greg, something's not right, she whispers. He ignores her. And then he finds it. A single folder, center drawer, labeled. His name freezes on it. He pulls it out slowly, frowning, then opens it. From where I'm standing, I can see the exact second it hits him. Not confusion, recognition. His eyes flick down the page, then the next, then back again like he's trying to undo what he just read. Where did you get this? He demands, his voice suddenly tight. I finally step forward, just enough for my voice to carry into the room. You brought it with you. Silence. Heavy.
Maya looks between us, panic creeping in. What is it? Greg, what's in there? He doesn't answer her, because now he understands, at least part of it. That folder isn't random. It's copies of everything they filed, every forged document, every fake signature, every claim they made to take this house, all in one place, waiting. And then the lights shift again. Subtle, controlled, and a calm mechanical voice fills the room. All interior activity is now being recorded and logged for evidence. Maya drops the file she was holding. The locksmith backs away completely. Greg turns toward me, and for the first time, he doesn't look angry. He looks trapped. "You set this up," he says quietly. I don't deny it. Because outside, the sirens are no longer distant. They're right at the gate, and my mother finally steps into the office, her voice low, almost careful now. "Daniel, what exactly did you do?" I meet her eyes, and this time, I don't hold anything back. "Exactly what you tried to do to me," I say. "Only legally." The sirens don't fade this time. They stop. Right outside. And inside the office, no one moves. Greg is still holding the folder, but his grip loosens slightly, like the weight of it just doubled. Maya's breathing gets louder, uneven, her eyes darting between the door and me. The locksmith has already stepped back into the hallway, hands raised halfway like he wants no part in whatever this turns into. My mother, she finally walks all the way into the room. Slow, careful. Her eyes scan everything, the desk, the cameras in the corners, the folder in Greg's hands, before landing back on me. "You called them," she says quietly. Not a question. I nod once. "I didn't need to. You triggered it the second you entered." That's when it clicks for all of them. Not just that they're caught, but that this was already in motion before they ever stepped foot inside. Greg shakes his head, trying to regain control. No, this is a misunderstanding. We have legal. He did, louder now, like volume might fix it. This is harassment. His voice echoes slightly against the walls, and for a second it almost sounds convincing, until Maya speaks. "Greg, the signatures," she says, her voice barely holding together. "They're not—" "Stop talking." He snaps. Too fast. Too sharp. That's the moment everything fractures, because now the doubt isn't just in the room, it's between them. I take another step closer, keeping my voice even. "The claim you filed," I say, "already flagged. The signatures, verified as forged. Every submission you made is logged." Greg's jaw tightens. My mother's expression doesn't change, but her silence does. It's heavier now, calculating but slower. She didn't expect resistance. She definitely didn't expect proof. A loud knock slams against the front door. "Police, open up." Maya flinches. The locksmith mutters something under his breath and backs up even further, pressing himself against the wall. Greg turns toward the hallway like he's considering something reckless. There's nowhere to go. Every exit is sealed. Every move is being recorded. Another knock, harder this time. "Police, we know you're inside." My mother finally exhales, like she's letting go of whatever version of control she thought she still had. Then she looks at me. Really looks this time. Not at the house, not at the situation, at me. And for a split second, I see it. Not guilt, not regret, just the realization that she miscalculated. "You set this," she says. I don't answer right away, because the lock on the front door disengages with a loud, mechanical click. Footsteps rush in, voices, commands, movement as officers flood the house. And as officers flood the house, I hold her gaze and say the only thing that matters. "I finished what you started." The house fills with movement fast, uniforms, radios, controlled voices taking over every corner they thought they had claimed. "Everyone stay where you are." Greg tries to speak first, stepping forward with that same forced authority. "Sir, this is a misunderstanding. We have legal—" "Sir, put your hands where I can see them." The tone shuts him down instantly. Maya starts crying, her voice breaking as she points at the papers. "We didn't. Those were filed. We thought—" But the officer already has the folder in his hands. He slips it open, scanning quickly, then looks at another officer. "This matches the report." My report, weeks earlier when everything first surfaced. I step forward, calm, steady. I filed a fraud claim as soon as I saw the ownership dispute. All communications, filings, and access attempts were flagged and recorded. One of the officers nods. "We've got everything we need." And just like that, it's no longer an argument, it's a case. Greg's posture collapses first. The fight drains from him as they turn him around and cuff his wrists. Maya doesn't resist. She just keeps shaking, repeating, "This wasn't supposed to happen." But my mother, she finally doesn't move until the officer steps directly in front of her. "Ma'am, you're being placed under arrest for fraud, identity theft, and unlawful entry." That's when she finally looks at me again. Not confident anymore, not calculating. Searching. "Daniel," she says, softer now, like she's reaching for something that isn't there anymore. "We can fix this." I shake my head. "No," I tell her. "You can't." The cuffs close around her wrists with a quiet click, and for the first time in 9 years, she has nothing to say. The legal process moves exactly how it should. Every document they filed gets traced back. Timestamps, signatures, submission records. The forensic review confirms what I already knew. The signatures were forged, the claims fabricated, the intent clear. Charges stack quickly: fraud, identity theft, conspiracy, breaking and entering. The locksmith is released. His statement matches the footage. He didn't know. The movers, too. Wrong place, wrong job. But my family? There's no confusion there. The evidence is clean, organized, complete. Because I made sure of it. Word spreads faster than I expected. Extended family starts calling, people who disappeared years ago, now suddenly asking questions they never bothered before. Some apologize, some stay quiet. It doesn't matter. The version of me they believed back then doesn't exist anymore. I don't correct them. I don't explain. I just move on. A few weeks later, the house is quiet again. No alarms, no voices, no tension sitting in the walls. Just silence. I sit in the same office they tried to break into, looking at the same desk Greg tore through like he had a right to it. For a long time, I thought this moment would feel like revenge. It doesn't. It feels finished. Not because they were caught, but because they can't reach me anymore. Not legally, not emotionally, not at all. I stand up from the window and look out at the gate where it all stopped, where they walked in thinking they still had power over me, and left with nothing. They broke into my house thinking they could take everything, I say quietly to myself. Then I turn away from the window. What they didn't realize was they were already too late. Everything they took from me 9 years ago, I rebuilt. And this time, they don't get to touch it.